Imagine biting into a warm slice of apple pie. The flaky crust crumbles beneath your fork. The filling is sweet and spiced with cinnamon. The texture is soft and familiar. Now, imagine discovering there isn't a single apple in it. It sounds impossible, but for generations, Americans made something known as mock apple pie, a dessert that looked, smelled, and even tasted surprisingly similar to traditional apple pie. Today we're exploring the fascinating history of mock apple pie, a recipe born from necessity, creativity, and the determination to make do with what was available. Welcome to the Heritage Kitchen. Mock apple pie is exactly what the name suggests. It's a pie designed to imitate apple pie without using apples. The most famous versions use simple crackers, sugar, spices, and lemon. When baked together, these humble ingredients create a filling remarkably similar to cooked apples. For many people trying it for the first time, the surprise comes only after they're told the secret ingredient. Without knowing beforehand, many would never guess there are no apples inside. But why would anyone make an apple pie without apples? The answer lies in America's history. Before supermarkets and refrigerated transportation, fresh fruit wasn't always available. Families often relied on what they could grow themselves or preserve for the winter months. In rural communities, particularly during harsh winters, apples could become very scarce. Crop failures, droughts, transportation problems, and economic hardships all affected what people could put on the table. Throughout American history, home cooks learned to improvise. When ingredients were unavailable, they found substitutes. These substitutions weren't simply recipes, they were survivor skills. Mock apple pie became one of the most famous examples of American kitchen ingenuity. One ingredient changed everything: the humble cracker. Crackers had several advantages. They were inexpensive, they stored well, and they could be found in homes long after fresh fruit had disappeared. When soaked and baked with sugar, cinnamon, and lemon, crackers softened into a mixture surprisingly similar to cooked apples. The spices and citrus provided the familiar flavors people associated with apple pie. The result wasn't identical, but it was close enough to satisfy a craving when apples weren't available. And sometimes, that was all that mattered. Mock apple pie gained popularity during periods when food had to stretch further. During economic downturns, many households relied on inexpensive ingredients to create treats for their family. Desserts were often considered luxuries, yet even during difficult times, people found ways to preserve traditions. A pie on the table represented comfort, normalcy, and family. Mock apple pie allowed families to enjoy something special even when resources were limited. One of the biggest boosts to mock apple pie came from a surprising source: a cracker company. In the 1930s, Nabisco began promoting a recipe using its Ritz crackers. The recipe became widely known across the United States. Advertisements claimed the pie tasted remarkably similar to apple pie, despite containing no apples. Many people tried it out of curiosity. Others made it because it was affordable. Some simply enjoyed the novelty. The recipe became so popular that it remained printed on Ritz Cracker boxes for decades. Generations of Americans discovered mock apple pie through those familiar packages. Today, we're creating this unusual historic dessert. At first glance, the ingredients seem unlikely. Crackers, sugar, lemon, cinnamon, butter, and a pie crust. Nothing about the ingredient list suggests apple pie, yet the transformation begins once everything comes together. The crackers absorb liquid and soften during baking. The lemon adds brightness and a slight tartness. The cinnamon contributes to the familiar aroma many people associate with apple desserts. As the pie bakes, the kitchen fills with a scent that feels unmistakably familiar. And somehow, against all logic, it starts to resemble an apple pie. Mock apple pie reminds us that food history isn't only about famous chefs or elaborate recipes, it's about ordinary people. Farmers and homemakers, grandparents and families, making the best of what they had. Many beloved recipes were born not from abundance, but from limitation. Necessity encouraged creativity, and creativity became tradition. Some recipes survived because they were delicious. Others survived because they told a story. Mock apple pie manages to do both. As the pie cools, its appearance is remarkably convincing. Golden crust, cinnamon speckled filling, the look of a classic American dessert. Only the cook knows the secret. For generations, this pie surprised guests, delighted families, and demonstrated the remarkable resourcefulness of home kitchens. It's a reminder that great recipes don't always require expensive ingredients. Sometimes they just require imagination. Mock apple pie is more than a curiosity. It's a window into the lives of people who came before us. A recipe created from practicality became part of the American culinary history. And today, nearly a century after it became famous, people are still amazed by how well it works. Thank you for joining me in the Heritage Kitchen. If you enjoy exploring historic recipes and the stories behind them, be sure to subscribe. And until next time, keep the oven warm and the stories alive.